and I'll be with you this evening as a voice, a rhythm, a quiet companion to guide you toward rest. Tonight we're boarding a small evening ferry, just as the light begins to fade and the sea opens wide under a darkening sky. This is not a hurried crossing, and there is no need to arrive quickly. This ferry, like our story, moves at its own pace, slow and steady, guided only by the quiet hush of the bay and the glow of distant lights on the shoreline. Imagine the docks behind you now, the sound of your footsteps on wood, the way the air shifts as you leave the land and step onto something that floats. There's a scent of salt in the air, and the faint echo of seagulls calling far behind. The deck is wide, the rails cool under your fingertips. Ahead, water stretches out like silk, shifting gently under twilight's touch. We won't rush. There is no schedule to keep. This is simply a passage through the night, across calm water with warm light, a quiet seat, and a sky slowly filling with stars. Let yourself settle. You've stepped aboard, and now the ferry waits, its engines murmuring softly, the bay opening before us, ready to carry you away from the day. Before the ferry begins its slow journey across the bay, let's take a moment to prepare, not to pack or plan, but to release, to let go of the weight you may still be carrying, and make room for quiet to arrive. Begin with a breath. Inhale slowly through your nose, steady and easy. Let the air fill your chest, your ribs expanding gently, like sails catching a soft breeze. Hold it for just a moment. Now exhale through your mouth, long and smooth, like the tide pulling back from the shore. Feel your shoulders drop. Let the muscles around your neck soften, uncoiling gently. There's nothing you need to hold right now. Again, breathe in, deeper this time. Let the breath bring space into your body. Let it carry with it the smell of salt water and the sound of lapping waves. And exhale, even slower, letting go of tension you didn't know you had. Now, bring your awareness to the top of your head. Imagine a cool evening breeze brushing across your scalp, smoothing your forehead. Your brow loosens. The space between your eyes softens. Your eyelids grow heavier, as if the sea breeze were closing them with every blink. Your jaw unclenches. Your tongue rests easily. With your next breath out, your neck relaxes further, and your shoulders follow. Your arms hang comfortably, elbows loose, wrists resting. Your hands open gently, fingers uncurling like petals at dusk. Feel your chest rise and fall. The rhythm is slower now, syncing with the quiet hum of the ferry's engine and the gentle roll of the water beneath. Let the calm drift downward through your belly, hips, thighs, each part unwinding without effort. Your knees release, your calves grow heavier, your feet settle into stillness. The ground beneath you isn't solid like land. It shifts just slightly with the sea, but you feel safe here, supported, carried. All around you, imagine the sounds of the bay, the faint cry of a distant seabird, the slow creak of the deck beneath your seat, the soft slap of water against the hull, none of it urgent, none of it asking anything of you. You are here now. The ferry is ready, and your breath moves like the tide, unrushed, certain, free. The ferry hums quietly beneath your feet, its deck wide and open to the evening sky. You found a place near the rail, one of the quiet corners where few others have gathered. The light is dim now, the kind of dim that doesn't ask for attention, just gently glows. Small brass lamps along the walls, their reflections dancing in the darkening water. The air is crisp but kind, touched with salt and something faintly metallic, perhaps from the hull or the old ropes coiled neatly on the deck. The breeze carries a coolness from the water's surface, lifting the edges of your coat, brushing against your cheek like a thought that never fully arrives. Beyond the ferry, the city rests behind you. Its lights have begun to sparkle. Windows, street lamps, distant signs glowing softly across the hills. You can see them reflected in the surface of the bay, each light stretching toward you in long, shimmering lines, then breaking gently as the ferry glides forward. Ahead, the far shore is a shadowed silhouette, quiet and waiting. It does not seem farther or closer, only steady. To your left, the open bay stretches wide, its surface dark but not threatening, more like velvet than water. Now and then a small wave kisses the side of the ferry, a soft rhythm, a lullaby made of water and distance. Overhead, the sky has deepened into slate blue, and the first stars have arrived, just a few scattered and quiet. They do not compete with the city lights. They simply exist, steady and old, keeping watch. Behind the deck windows, the cabin glows warmly. You see a few figures inside. Someone reading, someone looking through the glass, another sipping from a cup held in both hands. The warmth calls to you, but not yet. For now you stay outside, letting the breeze move through your hair, letting the ferry take you farther from the world behind. This is not travel. This is release. This is what happens when motion becomes meditation. You linger a while longer on the open deck, your hands resting lightly on the rail, fingertips cool against the metal. The ferry moves with the kind of confidence that comes from repetition. This is not its first crossing, and it moves not to arrive, but to continue. The water below glistens faintly, broken now and then by a ripple or a curve of wake trailing from the stern. Somewhere nearby, the call of a night bird echoes across the bay, distant, low, and echoing for just a breath before it's swallowed by silence. You close your eyes for a moment. The wind moves gently across your face, tugging at your hair, your coat, your thoughts. With each gust, something loosens, a tightness in your chest, a small worry clinging to the back of your mind. They slip away, unnoticed, but not missed. When you open your eyes again, the shoreline has shifted. The city lights behind you are smaller now, blurred by mist and distance. The ferry continues its glide forward into darker water and softer air. You step away from the rail and make your way inside. The door closes softly behind you with a muted click, and the world shifts. The sounds change. No longer the open wind and lapping waves, but a quieter hush of enclosed warmth. Inside the cabin, the light is golden, like honey held up to the sun. It pools gently on the wooden floorboards and glows on the faces of those seated quietly throughout the room. You find a seat near the window. The glass is slightly fogged, but you can still see the shape of the waves outside, still feel the movement beneath you. The seat is cushioned and warm. You lean back, and the chair welcomes your weight without question. Moments later, a member of the ferry staff passes by with a tray. Ceramic mugs held steady despite the ship's sway. You accept one. The cup is warm, and as you lift it, the scent reaches you first. Chamomile, or maybe something with lavender. Earthy, floral, faintly sweet. You take a sip. The warmth spreads through your chest, gentle and slow. Your hands grow heavier around the cup. Your shoulders sink just a little more. Someone turns a page in a book across the room. Another stares quietly into their own reflection in the window, blurred by glass and low light. Here, no one speaks. Here, everything is allowed to rest. The ferry glides onward, cutting slowly across the water, as if drawing a single, careful line between two quiet points. Inside the cabin, you rest deeper into the seat, the mug held loosely in your hands, now half empty. The steam has faded, but the warmth remains. A gentle heat pressed between your palms, like holding the memory of comfort, even after the moment has passed. Outside the window, the lights of the distant shore are beginning to show, faint and scattered, like the stars that have now gathered in the sky above. Each point of light seems to shimmer just slightly, refracted through layers of sea mist and glass, softened by the movement of the waves. The ferry rocks gently, not enough to disturb, just enough to remind you that you are being carried, that the world is moving, even when you are still, that there is a rhythm beneath everything, quiet and steady, and that you are part of it now. You take another sip from your cup, now cooler. You set it on the small wooden ledge beside your seat, where it rests without sound. Your hands return to your lap, fingers open, soft, no longer holding anything. Someone yawns across the cabin. Another closes their eyes just for a moment, but the kind of moment that lingers. There is no sense of destination here, only of being in between, of floating. You turn your gaze outward again. The window is fogged slightly where your breath has touched it. You lift a fingertip and draw a single arc through the condensation, watching as the water gathers and falls, one drop at a time. The lights outside begin to stretch now, the way reflections do when they move across water. Long lines of gold and silver, bending toward the boat and away again. The horizon is blurred. There is only light, dark, and the gentle in between. You lean back, your head resting against the cushion behind you. You close your eyes, not to sleep, not yet, but to feel the quiet hum of the ferry's motor beneath you, the low creak of the hull shifting, the breath of wind against the cabin walls, and your own breath matched to it all. You are not thinking anymore. You are simply here. The ferry continues. The bay grows wider. The space between thoughts opens like water between shores. The minutes pass unnoticed now. Outside, the world has surrendered fully tonight. The water reflects almost nothing. Just a few golden fragments from the ferry's lights, and the faintest shimmer from a sky scattered with stars. Everything else is dark, soft, and wide, the kind of dark that doesn't press in, but expands gently outward, inviting you to loosen your grip on time. Inside the cabin, the light is dimmed slightly. The lamps flicker occasionally with the sway of the ferry, casting slow-moving shadows that stretch across the walls and settle again. Like quiet waves, a blanket rests nearby, folded neatly on the edge of a bench. You pull it over your knees without thought. The fabric is thick and comforting, holding the same warmth the cup once offered, now cradled against your legs. You exhale softly, the kind of breath that feels final, not in the sense of ending, but in the sense of arrival, of landing somewhere still, even as the ferry keeps moving. A low sound, perhaps the ferry horn, perhaps a deep hum from the engine, vibrates beneath your seat, not loud, just grounding, like the earth humming through metal, like sleep approaching not in silence, but in resonance. Across the room, someone has fallen asleep, their head tilted gently against the window pane. Their breath leaves a slow mist on the glass. No one stirs. No one needs to. Your own body follows. Your shoulders sink deeper. Your arms rest without effort. Your jaw loosens. And your thoughts, those faint flickers that once stirred just behind your eyes, grow slower, fainter, like lights seen through mist. Still there, but soft and far away. You close your eyes fully now. There's nothing left to see. The ferry carries on. The shore is still distant, still unseen, but you are not waiting for it. You are not measuring the distance. You are floating gently on breath and darkness, wrapped in the quiet hum of a vessel that does not hurry. You let go slowly, easily, as though your entire body is becoming the ferry. Its steady pace, its quiet motion, its purpose not to arrive, but to carry. The ferry moves as if it were gliding on a breath, silent, steady, unworried. You don't feel its effort, only its presence, its calm, its certainty. Your head is resting now, gently supported by the back of the seat. The blanket lies across your lap, undisturbed. The warmth inside the cabin feels deeper than heat. It's the warmth of quiet, of safety, of something that asks nothing from you at all. Outside, the water is no longer visible. It's simply there, holding the vessel. The lights on the shore are few and distant. Above, stars blink slowly, as if matching your breath. You no longer measure the sounds around you. They've become part of you now. The occasional groan of wood, the hum beneath your feet, the soft, rhythmic roll of water brushing the hull, all of it wraps around your body like the blanket you wear, lulling every thought into stillness. You don't know how far you've come. You don't need to. Sleep arrives not as a moment, but as a gradual unfolding. Thought by thought, your mind lets go until there is only the faint glow behind your closed eyes and the sense that you are floating deeply, gently, somewhere. The ferry will arrive. The docks will return. The lights will brighten. But not now. Now, there is only the quiet sea, only the rhythm of your breath, only the slow, sweet drifting into rest. You are safe, you are still, and sleep is already here.